Okay, hello, welcome to the probably fifth attempt at a blog, but probably, hopefully, the first one that's going to be posted. It is Monday night. I had today off because it is the day after New Year's. So for this vlog, I am going to be reading 3 books. The first one is Trust of the Emerald Sea. So like almost everyone in the book world, I did the Kickstarter for Brandon Sanderson's books. So this is the first of the secret projects. I'm really excited to try it. I have literally no idea what it's about. I haven't read a synopsis or anything, other than I believe, hopefully, actually I don't know if this one's Cosmere related or no. I think 3 of the 4 are or something like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to try that. Next book is Monstress Volume 5. So this follows, at least the first one, obviously I'm on Volume 5, so quite a bit has happened. A girl named Makia Halfwolf who lived through a terrible war as a child, and now she is, I believe in the first one, she is trying to either get revenge or find out what happened to her mother, and basically find out. She has a picture that has people in it from her childhood that she can't remember, so she's trying to track them down. In this world there are, I think, 5 different races, but the main 2 ones are humans and arcanes, which are basically like magical creatures versus humans. They were the 2 that had the war. And there are also these giant roaming dead gods, which they are basically specters and ghosts in the sky. But our main character ends up getting infected with one of these old gods, and we kind of find out more about the history, stuff like that. I'm just starting Volume 5. I think I'm 1 book in. And yeah, I can't really say much about it. I'm really liking it. The art is beautiful. We are kind of finding more out about the ancient gods in this one, or in the last one we found out more about the ancient gods, and in this one I think we are going to kind of follow more closely the conflict between the arcanes and the humans. And then the third book is Daughter of the Siren Queen, which I'm doing on audiobook, which is the second book. I believe it's a duology. I think there's a spin-off book as well, but in the first book we follow our main character, whose name escapes me right now, but she lets herself get captured. She is the daughter of the notorious pirate king, and she lets herself get captured because she is trying to find a map that is on board this other pirate vessel who is, holding her for ransom, or so they think. So in the second one, she has escaped the vessel. She is trying to find these maps for her father, so we are following her journey there. I'm just starting that one. It's a really cute little YA book. So yeah, so this is Monday night. I think I am going to start on Tress, and I will check in later and let you know what I think. Okay, I just finished part 1 of Tress in the Emerald Sea. That's what it sounds like, in a green sea, something like that. I'm really liking it so far. It is very different than any other Sanderson book I've read. It is written more like a fairy tale, and it's narrated by Hoyd, which, if you know anything about the Cosmere, is kind of fun. And it does kind of sound like some of his stories from Stormlight, which is kind of cool. I like our main character, Tress. She is very much different than a normal heroine, and it does actually straight up mention that she's very much not the one, not a secret princess, not a girl who wants adventure, not does secret sword fights, that kind of thing. Okay, ran out of memory on my phone. Really need to go through it. Anyways, what I was saying is she's just a normal girl. We are at her village, which is called the Rock. And the unique thing about the Rock is it's habitable, but it's not like a great place to live. But many years ago, the king declared that no one can ever leave the Rock because they need it as like a refill station for ships. Let's see here. I guess I'll talk about the world. There's 12 moons above this world, and each of these moons rain down spores, and these spores form a type of ocean. So ships sail these oceans, and these spores are deadly if they are exposed to water at all, any sort of liquid. So if it gets in your mouth, it starts growing vines, that kind of thing. So it's kind of really dangerous to sail. But they need this rock as among this spore ocean as a refuel station. So Tress is friends with the Duke's son. The Duke is who rules the rock, Charlie. And at the beginning of this book, Charlie is sent basically on a journey with his father, because the royal family or any nobility is the only people allowed to leave, to find a bride. And he and Tress are in love, and so he does everything in his power to prevent princesses from accepting him or whatever. So we just found out the Duke returned without his son. We found out his son was sent to this mysterious sorceress to see if she would do a marriage pact. And that's kind of what happened in part 1. So yeah, the writing is really lyrical. As I mentioned before, it's told like a story, like a fairy tale story. Obviously, it is a story. But yeah, I'm really liking it, and I am 9% through, so I'm not very far yet, but yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next. Okie dokie. So it is now Tuesday night. I had work today. I read parts 2 and 3 of Tress in the Emerald Sea last night. I'm really liking it. It is, I don't remember if I mentioned in my first clip, but it's very, very different writing style wise from other Brandon Sandersons. It's very much told as a storyteller would tell a tale. I was trying to pinpoint what it reminded me of, and the other day I decided Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I haven't actually read the book, but I've seen the movie, and the way that the narrator talks reminds me a lot of the way the narrator talks in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So it's really fun. I'm really, really liking, I guess you would call it a magic system. It's not like magic in the sense that it's like coming from people, but it is kind of using the world around them, using these things called spores. Again, I probably should have watched my first clip back. I can't remember if I talked about that, but I'm really enjoying seeing the different types of spores and how they're used. I really like the main character. I love Hoyd, as usual. They just introduced a character. He's the physician, and I'm pretty sure he's from another book, but it's been so long since I've read Mistborn Era 2. I want to say that's where he's from. So I think it'll be nice to see when I finish this book. I'm probably going to start my reread of Mistborn Era 2 soon, so I can finally read The Lost Metal. It'll be really interesting to see that. Let's see here. What else am I reading? So I didn't read any more of Monstress. I will probably do that soonish, hopefully. And Daughter of the Siren Queen is the other one I'm reading. I am liking it. I am not loving it. I don't know if it's that it's YA, because I do enjoy YA usually, or what, but the main character is driving me nuts. So she has these like convictions and these like, I don't even know how to describe it. She's very convinced of certain things, and I think as the reader we know they're not right, but she is a teenage girl, so in my mind I'm like, okay, that's exactly how I would have acted like a teenage girl. I understand it, but as a reader it's really frustrating. And then in this last chapter, you know, one of the things was at least she was sticking to those convictions. In the last chapter, she just completely 180'd those convictions because of one thing that happened that I didn't feel like was quite enough. But yeah, I really like the pirate setting. I really like her crew. I'm excited because we're about to do some sailing and go to a new setting, because that was my complaint on one of the first books, is that it was kind of all in one setting. And this one I think I'm like 30% of the way through, and we are going to a new setting already. So I'm excited about that. I like it, don't love it. Pirate vibes are great. But yeah, so I probably won't do much reading tonight. My roommate and I do a movie every Tuesday. So right now we're making our way through Quentin Tarantino movies. So I think we're gonna watch maybe Kill Bill or something tonight. But yeah, I will check in again when I have more to update. Okay, so I don't have much to update because I didn't read very long last night. But there was one scene, and I don't know if it's because I finally read the description of the book, and it talks about, for fans of Princess Bride, but there's this one scene with one of the crew members where it kind of reminds me of the Vicini scene with the poison in Princess Bride, where he's like, oh, if you put the poison in front of me, but then you know this, so you put the poison in front of you, and it's this crew member, and she like is trying to convince herself of what the main character like is secretly doing, and the main character's just like, no, I'm just a girl. But yeah, I really liked that scene, and that's really all I had to update. I just am really enjoying it. I'm, I think, 43% of the way through. I might read tonight. I don't know. I will definitely read in the car on the way to work today for the Siren Queen. But yeah, I just wanted to update on that one scene because I haven't even finished part 4 yet. So yeah. Hi guys, it is Friday night. I did do an update yesterday, but my roommate was home and she was doing stuff out there, so I was trying to be quiet. So you can't hear anything, and it's just me weirdly whispering at the phone. So we are just gonna start over Thursday and Friday's update. I just got home from, it wasn't really happy hour, but I went out with my coworkers for a beer. We have a brewery that we're part of like their special club, so we get to try, they have like 4 taps that are unique and you have to be part of the special club to get it. So we went and tried those because we all signed up about a year ago together for that. And it was fun. The beers were actually good, which, I mean, everything in this brewery is really good, but of the like special beers, other than the first round, this is like the first one I've liked it at, so that was really cool. And I meant to take footage and then I forgot. So next vlog, maybe the one after, eventually I'll remember to take footage other than me talking about this. Let's see here. What have I read? So I finished Daughter of the Siren Queen. I liked it. It was definitely more YA than I'm used to reading recently, but I did enjoy it. I liked the ending. I love the siren elements. I liked how they dealt with the bad guy and who ended up, you know, finally defeating him and all that kind of stuff. There is a spin-off book. I don't know if I'm gonna read it. It follows 2 of the other characters in the book, but yeah, I really liked our main character. She was spunky. She was a little annoying at times because she has that YA heroine trope thing, I think, going on. But yeah. Let's see here. What else? I am about 58% of the way through Trust in the Emerald Sea. I'm still loving it. I love the Princess Bride elements. I love the way the narrator is happening. I'm not as attached to the characters as I am in a normal Brandon Sanderson, but I'm still thinking it's really cute and I'm really liking it. I'm hoping to make some progress tonight, and then maybe tomorrow. Our internet keeps cutting out, so I actually was going to go to a coffee shop tonight, but it's working right now. We have someone coming tomorrow from 1 to 3 to hopefully fix it, so we'll see. If not, I'll just keep reading my Kindle and whatever else is downloaded. My roommate is getting a cat tomorrow, so that's exciting. I am like slightly allergic to cats, but we're just gonna keep like the door to my library and the door to my room closed, and hopefully that'll be okay. I've never had indoor animals because my families were my mom is super allergic to both cats and dogs, so this will be a fun experience for me. I am rambling. I had a couple of beers, as I mentioned, so as a lightweight, I'm not like drunk, but might cut that out. Okay, last thing, sitting right here. I made progress on Monstress, and I know I haven't really talked about this. I don't really, what I really need to do is sit down and look at the synopsis of the first one, because I don't know what I can talk about without spoiling, because I am on the 5th of, I believe, 7 novels. Mostly, I love this. The art is so beautiful. I adore the characters. Our main character, Makia, just is coming into her own, is becoming more confident with not only herself, but her attachment to the old god that she's with. And the scene I just read, she is kicking ass, and I loved it. So I'm excited to finish this, and also a little sad that I only have like 2.5 left. But yeah, that's my update. I think, again, because our internet was out, I didn't upload my video on Friday like I was planning, or I guess this morning like I was planning. So I'm going to edit that now, since I couldn't get it off my phone yesterday, and post that Saturday morning. I think my plan is to do vlogs posted Tuesday morning, and then whatever other video on Fridays. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna stick to. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep consistently uploading to YouTube, but that is where I'm at. This clip has rambled a lot, so yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, happy Saturday, everyone. It is 1 o'clock. I literally no idea what time it is. We just had the internet guy here. He fixed it. He found actual problems, which is always nice because that means that hopefully the internet is actually fixed. And most of the morning I've been cleaning, but while he was here, I read a little bit more of Tress. So originally I was thinking I was not attached to the characters because typically when it's told in a story form, it's very much Hoyd telling us a story about these characters as opposed to us, you know, reading about the characters in a book. And usually when it's set up that way, I'm not attached to characters, and I was feeling that way originally, but a scene just happened. I don't even remember his name, with the like cook mess hall guy, between him and Tress, and I did that little like, oh my god, that's so cute, that I do when like I actually like feel attached to the characters. I don't know if anyone else does that or if that's just some weird thing I do. But yeah, so it turns out I am attached to characters. I'm really liking it. I think I'm now 61% of the way through, so I'm slowly but surely making my way. Like I said, I have to finish cleaning, and then I am going to build, I got a floor lamp shelves for my library because I don't have any overhead landing in my upstairs of my house. So I thought that the library could use one with shelves. So I'm going to build that. I think I'm going to try to put it on my gallery wall back here because there's not really another good spot for it because I don't want to block the closet, which does mean I have to take down pictures, which is sad, but I also moved my chair and now have a giant empty wall over here, so I'm going to try that. So yeah, happy Saturday. I will check in again probably tonight, hopefully with more reading update. Bye. The thing I wanted to show is, it's kind of bad with that lighting, but I finished my shelf lamp thing. So I have this like burner thing that I got at Renfest. So you like open this up and you can light it on fire and you can have like indoor s'mores or whatever. And then I have this cute little like, I don't even know what it's called. I think you use whiskey for it. My sister got me, and I think it's super cute. I don't actually like whiskey, but like it's got like a little ship in it. So yeah, I just think that's cute. And I think eventually I'll probably move that to the bottom shelf and then put books in here. I don't know what books I want yet. So I had to take down some of my gallery wall, but I think it's cute there, and I think I'm just gonna move those over here because now that I have my chair in the corner, there's like a whole open wall. So yeah. Okay, happy Sunday night. So this is going to be me wrapping up the vlog. We're gonna try a whole week span and see how that goes. So I did just finish, it's not up on here, but Tress and the Emerald Sea, and oh my god, it was so cute. Oh, it was so good. I loved the way the storytelling was. I love how it was from Hoyd's perspective. I thought his commentary not only gave you good world building in a unique way, but it just really, his voice came out in it. So I really liked that. I love Tress. I love the entire crew. And there's a little bit of Cosmere in there, which is really exciting. So there was, I don't think it's a spoiler to say what kind of, so there was a light weaving in there, and there was awakening from the Warbreaker world. So it just really feels like the Cosmere is coming together. So that's really cool. But yeah, I loved it. 5 stars. It was funny because the whole time, actually, no, I don't want to say that without spoiling it, but the whole time, if you read the afterword from Brandon Sanderson, what he said he based the story off, specifically to do with the Princess Bride, the whole time I was like, oh my god, this is exactly like this would be in the Princess Bride. And it turns out that's what he was going for. So that was really cool. But yeah, so that is all for me for this vlog. Talk to you guys later. Bye.